Nutcracker pump. This pump is the bane of my existence because it broke. Like, you were just supposed to be a cute little Nutcracker pump that I bought at Burlington, but I'm not buying cutesy pumps that are not reusable anymore because their mechanisms are always cheaply made, and I know it's not me because I'm good at operating mechanical things. Like, I can put furniture together. Like, when I was 23 years old, I built all of these little, well, they weren't, I think parts of it were real wood, but some of it was plywood. I remember I was very young, and I built these bookcases, and I built them just looking at the instructions, and I did it myself, DIY. Like, I'm good. I can put things together. Like, I know people are like, there's like this, because it depends on who you are. Like, there's some men that can't put things together, but I'm good at it. I'm good with my hands. I know how to put things together. I'm very mechanical. Besides, my dad taught me how. So, like, you know, it's not even like a feminist thing because I don't consider myself a feminist, like, at all. Like, I've always said that, but I'm also anti-red pill. Like, I'm anti-red pill and anti-feminist. Like, I'm all about people are people. We don't define ourselves because I think red pill is bleh, and I think feminist is bleh. But no, none of it, because it's all like a game in the sky where they just try to get your attention, and I don't play into your games. Like, I don't do incel energy and I don't do feminist energy. All of it can just go bye bye, because I'm on a healthy journey, and healthy people we don't define ourselves by these things. Like, I don't define myself by any of that. Like, it's just, I feel like there's always somebody that wants to say, this is the way, and that is the way, and I don't. I'm like, no. So, like, if you want to learn how to put something together, you can do it. If you want to do poetry, you can do that. Like, you don't need someone to tell you, oh, and you can be a feminine woman because, you know, like, people used to do everything by hand. Like, if we're talking about the past, like in modern times, I think there's a lot of people who can't put things together because they don't want to sit down and read a manual, and everybody wants on-demand things, which is fine. Like, if that's what you want, you should definitely, you know, do the on-demand thing. But I still think there's something to be said for being able to put something together. Personally, like, you get a lot of benefit from it, plus it's cheaper. Like, when you buy something in pieces that you assemble, like, you might spend time doing it, but, you know, I know it's constructed well, it's constructed the way I like. I don't know. I just find a lot of satisfaction in it, and constructing things myself. Same with hair care. I guess I approach hair care the same way I do constructing, like, anything really, because, like, I made my own art for my home. I drew and painted it, and that was my dream when I was young. I was like, you know, one day I want to fill my walls with art I've created myself. Like, I have a few pieces of art that, you know, were like things you could buy in a store, but it's funny, like, the couple of things I have in our bathroom were just from the Dollar Tree. They just happen to be pretty, and I didn't have to spend hundreds of dollars because I thought, well, why can't you just create your own art? And, you know, it's not that I didn't want to sell prints of my art, because I do that on Zazzle. Like, if you want to buy prints of my art, it's on Zazzle. It's been there for years. Anybody can buy it that wants, and I am trying to want to promote it more again, but I have, like, only so much time in the week, you know? And maybe I prioritize health and hair care and wanting to cook more. Honestly, like, those are the two things that I'm putting my priorities into at the moment. I need to go to the store. I was going to go to the store last night, but I ended up not going. So, yeah, I'm going to go in a little bit, but I need to brush out my hair. So this is my once a day hair brushing thing. So I think everybody's like, you have to have, like, a specific, like, hair care routine with specific products that you use. But have you ever noticed, like, these influencers, they use different products, like, all the time sometimes. They might have certain ones that they use on a rotation that they like, but this is the way it works, and there's nothing wrong with it, but this is just transparency. If somebody has a large following, companies are reaching out to them. So if they have a rotation of products, sometimes they were sent those products in promo. But I don't necessarily think like you have to buy specific products to have like a good hair care routine. And for me, a good hair care routine has just always been gentle hair care. And it's funny because I'm starting to see that terminology used a little bit more. And this goes back into what I said about like just, I love the DIY. I feel like I haven't done it as much as I used to. Like I used to be, when I had more time, I just used to be the DIY queen. I don't know what it is. It's just like, it seems like since the pandemic, I became busier. Like a lot of people were like under stay-at-home orders, but I don't know. I worked through the whole pandemic outside of the house, and it just seems like my life has become busier and busier since the pandemic. And I want to get back to like just doing more certain things. And it's not that I don't want to. I feel like it's a time thing, but I probably should have got up earlier because I was just kind of sitting there and I looked at some videos, and I got up around 7, but I mean I should have got going earlier, but I don't know. After you're going 5 days straight, sometimes it's hard for me to launch pad myself out the door. I don't know. It's just me. I'm not one of these people that's like, wow, I'm wanting to launch out the door. Like some people, they want to be out there 7 days a week, like out around people. I'm just like, I need my reset. This is my introverted perspective. Like I'd be a happy clam having a couple days just not leaving the house. But you kind of need to leave the house to do certain things. Plus, it's probably good. Like, you want to get outside, of course, you know. But I kind of have a little bit of both. Like, I'm not one of those people, like, I have to go to a holiday party. I don't go to a holiday party. I never go to parties. I don't know. I'm not really, like, social like that. Like, I say I'm friendly to people, but I'm not social like that. There's just nothing at a holiday party that I want or need or have an interest in. I just, yeah, parties don't appeal to me on any level, so no parties for me, you know. I'm gonna see my sister tomorrow, but no parties. I'm just gonna go get the stuff to make pie. Okay, I want to talk about something else. Like somebody was bragging on the TikTok with a troll account. I just find this hilarious. They were telling people that they're broke and they shouldn't ever go out to eat unless they tip. And this account, it's a troll account. It doesn't have any videos. It's just talking about burning bridges and melting wax. It's like, it's a self-proclaimed troll account, and it's telling everybody how tipping is a flex. And I think that's kind of weird because there's something weird about our tipping culture. And I know there's some people that think because like the little screen asks for a tip that you have to give a tip. But you're not an ungenerous person if you don't give a tip each time. Because first off, there's a lot of people that create essential services for us that will never get a tip. Like during the panty, those of us had to go out and working. Like, well, the people that have the most essential jobs would be the water workers. Do you think they get a daily tip? Because if you didn't have electricity workers, water workers, power line workers, and like all these essential services, like cities would, even little rural areas, they would shut down to a halt. Like nothing would function. Like, you know, grocery workers, all these people, like they don't get tips. Like, do they get tipped? And that's nice if you want to tip everybody at a coffee shop. And if somebody were like, oh, Starbucks said I need to tip somebody to get a gift card. Well, you don't have to, like, unless they provided exceptional service, because this is how a tip used to be. It was to award somebody for exceptional service. And I don't know how it works in every country, but in California anyway, the tip isn't even going to the person who provided the exceptional service. Like sometimes in the past when you wanted to tip that person, just that person, they couldn't keep that money for themselves. They have to put it in a tip pool, a tip jar, and it gets divided among everybody. And I never really liked that. That's why I find it funny that people are like, I'm tipping, it's a flex. I'm like, what are you flexing? Because here's another problem. The businesses, they should pay their employees more. And you know that they could because they've raised the prices of everything. And they always have a justification for that. They're like, oh, it's because salaries went up. But that's not the reason. It's just because they want to make more money. And I don't care. Whatever. You want to make more money. But on the same token, they want to pass the buck literally onto the consumer, the customer, like, oh, well, you should tip everybody for any transaction. But there's a lot of people that don't get a tip, and they're not even allowed to accept a tip. Like, you're not, like, some jobs, you're not allowed to take a tip from somebody. You can't. You're not even allowed to accept a gift. And some people get offended, but there are certain, like, jobs where people are specifically told they're not allowed to accept tips, okay, or gifts. But yet, there's this big debate that if you don't, like, tip every single place that asks for a tip, you know, I guess I've heard some self-checkouts ask for a tip now. Who are you tipping? The store? It's getting a little silly. But personally, I will tip if there's an exceptional service. But you have to remember, when it comes to tipping, it's not like you're tipping that one person that's doing an exceptional job. You can't even give them money that they keep for themselves because in California, they're not allowed to keep it. So, like, when this guy was, like, running around on TikTok land saying, tipping is a flex, and I tip, and I'm so great, that's nice. If you want to tip, that's very cool, but you're just a troll if you're going around saying, oh, telling everybody, oh, you just can't afford to do things. And then, you know what? You have a lot of, I don't even believe them. I want to believe an account that's running around saying things like that because who has that much time on their hands? Like, supposedly he has money to tip everywhere and it's less. Well, I don't know, maybe his parents gave him money, but obviously he doesn't have like a lot of priorities in his life if he's on TikTok specifically looking for videos where people are saying that tipping is getting out of control. Like, he went out of his way to look for the keyword tip. And to go tell everybody if they don't tip, they shouldn't eat out or they shouldn't do anything. And I have another problem with that too, okay? Class warfare. I hate it. And I know, like, this is not something that people want to talk about at Christmas time, but I see that both rich and poor people promote it. And I'm kind of tired of the woe is me, like, because I've been kind of noticing this again is, like, becoming trendy for people that are doing better right now to, like, brag, like, bragging rights, like, oh, look at me, I tipped, or I did this, and if you can't afford this, you shouldn't be there. Okay, you're kind of a douchebag, because are you saying that, oh, because somebody doesn't have as much money as you, that they're never allowed to eat out, that they're supposed to just live this very Spartan life for your benefit? Because if they want to go out to eat and they don't leave like a $30 tip, it's really none of your business. And there's a lot of rich people that don't tip, by the way. I know people are like, oh, the rich people are tipping. Really? Are they? They're not. I've known people who worked in the food service industry where we knew, like, there were families that, like, they made a lot of money. And they would come into a restaurant and they would order a lot of food and make a big giant mess and leave like $1 tip or something. So don't pretend that just because, like, somebody's affluent that they're necessarily tipping better. Honestly, some people that are more affluent, they tend to be a little bit more tighter with their wallet, and that doesn't. So I don't know, this whole tipping thing, like, I think a tip should be appreciated, but tipping's not what you think it is. Some people think, wow, I'm being so generous when I tip. I'm helping that person that went out above and beyond. But their employer should be paying them more. Like, why are they just paying the baristas at Starbucks like this small wage when you know they make a lot of money? Or like, I don't know, at Panera or anywhere. They should be paying their employees more, but they encourage the tip screen because they're like, oh, it kind of gives our employees more money and we don't have to worry about paying them that. You know? Like the local sandwich shop, they don't do that. Like when you go to this one place which has more generous portions and better price than like Panera or something, they have like a little tip jar if you want to put a tip in, but it's not like, oh, here's a flippy screen and you have to tippy tip. I mean, you should tip if you want to and if you think the service is good, but tipping's not a flex because It doesn't, because it doesn't necessarily go to benefit your server. Like, everybody has to equally share the tips. It's not what you think it is. Like, so I don't know. I just don't think that those accounts on the TikTok or YouTube talking about how they are more generous because they tip even make any sense, and they just don't know much about California taxation or economics, really. You know, whatever. Like, if you want to help somebody, I don't know, you can buy a homeless person a meal. It's better than, like, running around giving tips to everybody, you know? Like, really, it doesn't make any sense. But those are just my opinions on that. And, you know, everybody has their own opinion on all this stuff. Like, I think that people like to argue a lot, and you just always have to be the right one all the time, and I'm just tired of like the going up to bat against each other. And I'm this group and you're that group. No, I don't get it. So all of the groups that people define themselves by, I don't identify with any of them because I'm an individual, and I love to grow my hair long, and I don't define myself by any group. And I feel like 2024 has got to be the year that more people like us who are like, I don't want to define myself by this group, that terminology, that we're just like, you know what? It's kind of awesome to be an individual. Because I know when I was younger, there were women that would, and even up until recently, like I had some videos where I had my hair in double braids, and there were women, not men, there were women that came to my videos and said, well, you're too old to like style your hair like that. And I'm like, who are you? Like, there are grannies in their 60s that wear their hair in braids. Like, who are you? Like, I don't know what it is, but it tends to be women in that case that are a little bit more gatekeepy than the men. They're like, you're not supposed to do this, you're not supposed to do that. It's just a form of bullying, plain and simple, really. Like, bullies will tell you what you're supposed to be doing. They're like, yeah, you need to do that, you need to do this. I'm just like, do I go swimming? No. I do not want to swim. I don't know how to swim. And in my older years of life, I have no interest in swimming. Like, no. Like, I just don't want to learn to swim. Like, I'm sure that it's cool for people. Like, I remember when I was younger, I thought it would be fun. But honestly, I don't feel like I missed out on life, on anything in life, just because I don't swim. Because sometimes you find that, like, I would rather go ice skating again. Not that I'm necessarily going to do that. But I ice skated when I was younger. I didn't swim. I didn't do a lot of sports. I didn't need sports because I had a forest that I could go play in. Like, I don't know. No, swimming doesn't appeal to me whatsoever. I would just want to walk near the water. I don't want to go in the water. Plus, open bodies of water are not super clean anyway, because a lot of people do stuff in them. So I don't feel like, I'm not saying I'd never go in the ocean if I go to the ocean, but no desire to learn how to swim. It's just not something that I have any interest in. Like, not really. So no, I don't swim, and I don't really have an interest in learning how to swim. Like, I just feel like as time goes on, I want to spend more time doing things I love. I know some people want to do a little bit of everything, but I just want to do a lot of the things I love. That's more important to me, really. And this nutcracker is so cute, but he's broken. He's a broken nutcracker, okay? Well, because he came in one of those packs of holiday pumps, and yes, I can fix stuff. He's broken. Won't buy those decorative, like, mid pumps because they just don't last. I want lasting pumps, like this cute sparkly pump. And this is what I love, like, about having my own house. I will always decorate the way I want. That's the rule and regulation in my life. I pick the decorations. I pick the color scheme. Always. Anyway, yeah. That's the way it has to be. That's the way my sister is too. You just go with it. Like, what we like is what we pick. And everybody else can just be like, yeah, we pick it and you can enjoy it. We're those kind of people. Because we know what we like. And that, and it kind of goes against the rules. Like, I saw this the other day too. Women again, maybe some men, women again, who were saying like, oh, like, why does this and this have to be pink and sparkly, and that's for 11-year-old girls. And I'm like, no, there are people that are older. Like, Barbie's popular, okay? People love pink. People love sparkly. I love all colors. I love green. I love blue. I like all colors, and you don't gonna tell me what colors I'm gonna wear. I'm not gonna be your neutral Nelly. I know neutrals are really popular right now. Like, they're super popular. Like, people love a neutral. Okay. But I don't love neutrals, you know? Okay. So yes, I do like once a day hair brushing most of the time because I'm like, why not? Like, and that's okay. When my hair was super long and I did like a bun, I had to take it down at night, right? But even then, like, I just don't want to do more hair brushing than needed. Once a day is enough. Like, why? Just make time. Well, and I haven't even really feel like I have made enough time this week to do my really thorough, gentle hair brushing like I like to. Yeah, I feel like I could have made more time for that, to be honest. Because I get kind of picky. Like, I like to take my time brushing out my hair, going from the bottom to the top. Maybe I need to get the unbrush. Everybody keeps saying, like, the unbrush is so amazing. I don't know if it's just because they are marketing this thing on TikTok, but people are like, boom, this brush goes through your hair like butter, they say. Like butter. They claim that it goes through their hair like butter. Does it? Does it really go through your hair like butter? I want to know. Like, is this true or is this just marketing 101? I just really haven't bought it yet though because you can't buy it at the regular store. And yeah, I'm sorry, maybe I'm weird, but I like to buy things at the regular store instead of Amazon. I'm not waiting a month for this brush to come. I'm just not doing it. Especially given that it's just a plastic brush. I'm still not sure that it's worth the price. And then some people are like, but I just got the dupe when I got it. And then other people are like, the dupe is just it's just as good. And then I found out this brush has been around for years, but it just got renamed or something during the pandemic. I don't know. I'm sure it's a great brush, don't get me wrong. I'm sure it is. You know, I have another brush I haven't used for a long time, and I'm not really sure, like, I'm kind of afraid to use it again. sort of want to. Like, I'll show you. It was featured in one of my videos a long time ago. You down there? You down there, Brushy? Oh, he is. I don't know if I want to use him right now. Because I remember, I'm afraid like he would kind of snag on my hair. He's a tangle tamer? I don't know. How do I feel about trying this brush again? I don't know. I have a lot of brushes, guys. I'm a brush collector. This is not a lie. Like, he's pretty good. No, there's one brush that I just don't feel like I love. It's this one, and it kind of reminds me of the Unbrush in a way. And I don't use it too often. It's like a vented brush, but I felt like when I used to use this brush, I felt like unless your hair was really combed out, I just felt like it kind of tugged on my hair, but maybe it doesn't. Like, but now, this is the truth. My hair has been brushed out, so maybe that's why it feels like it's not tugging in my hair. I still don't know. Like, I feel like right now it's pretty good. Like, are its bristles flexy? They're stiff but flexy. It's hard to explain. They're stiff, but they're flexy. I think all my brushes are gonna get a bath the next time I wash my hair. It's stiff, but it's flexy. I feel like with this brush, it's not bad. Don't get me wrong, it's not bad. But I still think two different ones. Like, this guy's more flexy, and this guy's more stiff. I'm just wondering, this is what I'm wondering about this brush. Is this brush like the Unbrush? Like, is that what the Unbrush really like, this Eco Tools brush? I'm wondering. I don't know. Except it has a back on it. I wonder. I don't know. I'll never know the answer, but people are like, oh, the Unbrush is a naughty brush. You know, you see it hiding on the inside. Were you licking the inside of your brush? I don't know. I think that's marketing 101. You know, brushes have had like this covering for years, like, and I don't see people going to the ER for, oh my god, my brush, it might have a little bit of mold inside, and I have mold. I mean, I think it's just playing on people's fears. They're like, oh, there's no back to it, so it's better. And I'm like, well, maybe it is better. I don't know. I just took out too many brushes to play, I think. Let's see. So I feel like, does this brush slide through my hair better? I guess that's the question. I don't know. It's a good question. Does it? Does it slide through my hair? No. Does it? Or does this brush slide through my hair better? I kind of wonder, like, which one? Which one slides through my hair better? Well, I still love my wet brushes, but I'm just playing with several brushes today, because why not? Let's have a brush-a-thon, like, look at this. When I say that I love brushes and I collect brushes, I'm not kidding. This is why I don't think I should buy another brush. Because I'm like, how many brushes do I need? I haven't used this one in a while. Let's see what we think. Like, I think it should be a smaller section though, because I feel like that this brush just tugs on my hair more. This is just my feeling about this particular brush. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it doesn't tug on my hair more. Maybe it doesn't. Does it? It feels pretty soft right now. But I thought this one was soft, and sometimes I feel like, is the wet brush tugging on my hair? I don't know. I'm being picky today. I have not brushed all of my hair yet. Definitely need to like do a subdivision like this. I might feel like, oh, my hair is almost fully detangled. I'm like, actually, girly, it's not at all. You haven't done a good subdivision on your hair. Have you? No, you haven't. have that brush, like, you know how some people have like that thing that they spray the water in to get their hair all moisturized before they start brushing. I don't know, this brush is pretty good. I just feel like you have to be careful because I feel like when I start going through my hair too fast, and I feel like it might, that's when I feel like I hit a snappy. And I clean my brushes as I go because I'm feeling like, yeah, that's like the most important thing to me, really, in hair care land is my brushes always have to have water running through them, and all the hair has to be picked out. And then when I go to give my hairbrushes a bath, like they get a deep bath, like they're overdue for a deep bath because I didn't give them a deep bath my last hair wash day, and I feel like they need their deep bath. Like I've just become so addicted to giving my hairbrushes a full bath that I just feel like I'd be a lost little lamb without my hairbrushes having a full bath. You know, it feels so essential to my hairbrushes. Do you remember the rain? The little song's so stuck in my head. And it's a cute song. Because now, like, there's some music coming out that just, I don't know, it's a little bit better than it's been for a while. And I've been noticing that. And I'm like, kudos to some of the musicians. Like, some of it harkens back to an old school style, but I'm like, yeah, some of it is a replay, I would say, of sorts, but some of it is just, it feels nostalgic, but like new, and it's kind of fun. And if I like a song, I like a song. I don't care, like, I'm not a professional musician, so, and I'm not claiming to be. I like what I like, if you like something, like it. Like, I know some people are like, if they're in the professional music world, they're gonna have like some deep opinions on music. I just like music because of the way that it makes me feel, or the beat, or the melody, or the lyrics. Like, I don't have to have a deep philosophical explanation about why I like certain songs, and that's okay. Like, I feel like people get kind of like caught up in like highbrow music interpretation, and I'm like, why? Like, that's not, like, that's fine if you want to do that, but if you enjoy a song and it's popular, that's not bad. Like, that's not a bad thing. You can like whatever you like, or you can like something that's more obscure. Like, I like some things that are maybe popular. Like, I love Turkish show soundtracks, and those are not going to be the popular US charting songs, but they're amazing to me. Like, I love listening to the Magnificent Century soundtrack. That thing, both for Magnificent Century and Magnificent Cosm, oh my gosh, I love it. It has some Ottoman elements to it, but it's definitely like a modern Turkish like music. Why did my phone turn by itself? That's so weird. I don't know. Phone's being a bit of a weirdo today. Do you remember the rain? Do remember the nutcracker? Do you, let's see, do you remember the rain? Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I could have broke my brush. Right, I can't believe I did that. Okay. Do you remember the rain? 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 I didn't say I was a professional singer. I'm just singing for fun. Like, I like to have fun when I have time. Like, when I feel more relaxed, I'm like, yes, I'm gonna have fun. And that's what life's about. I don't need to do whatever other people want to do. I just know what makes me, like, I'm like, I like that. And I used to be the kind of person, like, I would be afraid, or I'd just be hesitant to tell people things I like, because they always have a naysayer, which I'm not a naysayer. Like, I've never had the desire to rain on somebody else's parade. Like, if somebody loves football, I don't remember going up to a football game and being like, you guys suck, we're living, go find something more entertaining to do with time.com. No, I just focus on me. And I'm like, you're going to get a lot of naysayers, but I feel like I'm getting to the point that because I see how precarious life can be, just, we need to delete and block the naysayers, okay? Like, if you get somebody on your page is like, oh, that sucks, just delete them and block them. You don't need their engagement because obviously they're just there to complain all day. So let's have fun times, guys. Let's have fun. We're gonna have the funnest lives ever. We don't need to model our lives like after anybody else. We just need to model our lives according to things that we aspire to be, like visions we have for ourselves. Like, I remember when I was a kid, I kind of had this vision that I love bright colors and dresses and I love history. And that's what I want in my life, and I love art. And, I mean, did I have an exact idea about how I would look as an adult? Not exactly. Did I ever dream about a wedding day with a wedding dress? No, I never dreamed about that. And I think that's the problem, maybe, is that anybody's made to think that there's particular milestones, but I'm like, no, why can't we just love color and beauty every day? Why does it have to be a certain day thing? Make it an everyday happiness thing, and your life will be better, you know? You don't have to wait for like a special occasion in your life to be happy, or to dress up, or to wear what you like. I think it just needs to be an everyday occurrence, and then your life will be grape chili jam great, you know? That's what I think anyway. Just let's stop waiting for the special occurrence in our life, and let's start enjoying the everyday moments of our life. And instead of waiting, like, what are we waiting for? Like, what am I waiting for? I'm not waiting for anything or anybody or any time. Like, I just live my life for myself, to make myself happy, and I try to make others happy in my own little way. I don't need, anyway, that's what I have to say about that. I'm like, let's just live for ourselves. I think living for ourselves is better than other things, just my opinion. So anyway, those are my little thoughts on happiness and life and living for yourself and not for what other people want, and make your hairbrush look for you. Make your life look for you. I don't know. Find the thing that sparks the joy within you. you know, and you don't even, like, you don't, if you want to be, like, I don't think money is a bad thing. I think it's great if we can make more money and bring more of that into our life, but I want to do it in a realistic, organic way. I don't want to be like, oh, I'm going to read this book and that's going to be the answer. But I think also, too, if you don't have lots of money, it's okay to, like, have fun and enjoy life. And I don't want to go around, like, spending the rest of my life wondering and thinking about how other people are doing this and that. I want to think about me and, like, people around me and what I can do to bring them joy. You know, bring yourself joy, bring people around you joy in your own little way. It's not like some sort of competition and contest to see who does it better or who does it, like, wiser or who does it more flashy. I don't know. Anyway, those are my thoughts. I'm growing my hair long because I want to have long hair. It's not because I want to do, like, I know some men are like, oh, there's a specific kind of bunny bun that you need to do in your hair. No. Like, I never, as a young person, was like, I'm growing my hair because one day I could do a top knot bun and some guy likes that. Like, there might be some gal out there that loves to do a top knot bun in her hair and they can align each other. But years ago when I started growing my hair long and regrowing my hair long again, it's for me. It's not for, like, specific people. It's for me. It's always for me. That's why I style my hair exactly the way I like. You know? It's for me all the time. It was never for anybody else. So I do what I want with my hair. You should do what you want with your hair. That's why I'm not a request video channel. That's why I just make my own content based on my heart and how I feel at the moment. And that's more fun because requests are just kind of like, why? Like, if you want something specifically, you should just go look for that thing. Like, with social media, there's plenty of people that are already doing something that you visualize. But I think, like, if you see somebody doing certain hairstyles or wanting their hair long, like, you should be like, well, that's what they're visualizing with their life. I'm not gonna, like, I just think it would be cooler if we all tried to find alignment with people that are doing what we already like, you know, instead of being like, oh, you have to do this and you have to do that. And that's why I never understood the request genre, because I'm like, I'm doing what I like. There are some people, they'll do anything you ask because, like, I don't know, they enjoy that, but not me. Yeah, I enjoy doing what I like to do, and that's always been braiding my hair. So yeah, that's what I continue to do, and it's never gonna look like what somebody else does because, I don't know, I don't play the comparison game in a way. Like, I look at me and I think about how I want to, like, do my hair and how I want to dress, and I just think about, I like that. And I just think, like, I guess this is what I think, like, for everybody. Like, we all should be that way in our own way. Just be like, I like that. It's not because somebody else is doing that. It's because something that we like, you know? And I just feel like your own sense of style will come from that. Like, you don't need to hire a $200 hairstylist or, like, a fashion stylist. You could just go to a store, or you can go secondhand, or however you do it, and just start looking at things. Or even better yet, go to your own closet, because I think deep down a lot of people buy things that they like. And I tend to like feminine style. Like, that's what I like. And I remember as a kid, I never was wanting to dress super casual, like in jeans and a t-shirt, and I got a lot of hate from it. And on that one, I got hate from men too, because I don't know what it is about Americans, but they get triggered up the wazoo if you don't dress casual. I feel like that's kind of changing now a little bit more, but even when I was in college, I remember as a freshman, like, some girl told me I didn't have to dress up, and I'm like, you know what? I dress for myself. I'm not dressing up, and I'm not dressing for you. And I think there's just something really weird about people that get triggered about you dressing the way you like. I never made it my life's purpose to go look and be like, oh, why are you dressed that way? It bothers me. No, I feel like we're finally breaking away from these things. Maybe it's because social media is helping us to find more like-minded people, and we can break away from these things. You dress for you. You don't dress for other people. You dress to make yourself happy, and I think yes, it should be clean, it should look nice, but if you want to dress more dressed up than casual, it's cool and it's fine and it's comfortable. Like I'll wear leggings sometimes, but dresses are super comfortable. People say that they're not, but they actually are because you can move more in a dress than jeans. Like that's the irony. Like the things that people say are more comfortable are actually kind of constricting. I don't know. And like I can see sweats for sleeping, pajama time, but like I don't want to wear sweats all the time either because I feel like that would make me really sweaty and I would feel like all sluggish when I wake up if I was wearing that all day. But that's just me. Like I've always liked to wear things that just make me feel put together and happy. And it's not because I'm doing it for somebody else. It's just an innate feeling that I've had since I was 4 years old. Like I don't know, when I was 4, I just was like, I love braids and I love dresses and this is what I like. And believe me, in my life, especially when I was younger, I got a lot of pushback on that. I don't know why the pushback was so necessary, but people just got so, like, they were very upset about it. You know, and you just have to kind of ignore the pushback a bit and be like, hey, this is what I like to wear. This is what I'm going to wear, and this is how I will wear it. And that's that. Anyway, those are my thoughts on hairbrushing for today. And yeah, I'll probably do my braid, but I might come back to do that. So anyway, thanks for watching.